right, everybody. Welcome to the Pastimes Podcast. Each week we go through an old newspaper from a random date in history picked out by Dave Anthony. I'm Gareth Reynolds, and I've never seen it before, and neither is our guest this week.
Welcome to the Pastimes. It's a podcast. Listen, you know the deal. Each week, we go through a newspaper from a random date in history picked out by none other than Dave Anthony. I, Gareth Reynolds, have never seen it, and neither has this week's guest, Lisa Curry. Lisa, two-time second appearance.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on again.
Got to feel good about that. This is the Ask Back, which means it went pretty good. So we're not playing. So really feel free today. You don't have the pressure of the first audition, which is what we call the first appearance.
I might, if you see me walk out of frame, it's because I've just given up. So
yeah, that's fair.
I've worked with Dave for literally 10 years. I'm used to the walk out.
Yeah.
That's well, let's talk about your Instagram, which is Olympian Lisa Curry. Curry spelled like curry, the dish. That's where people can follow you and watch your content and get your dates and all those sort of things. So
yes, please
go follow
everyone. Yeah.
And do you encourage following in real life?
Following, sure. I mean,
around
I just know a lot of people like to do a real life follow as well. I know.
You could put my address in the show notes, and if somebody wants to walk my dog with me in the morning, that'd be
it's gonna be more staring.
Yeah, we do a lot of like deep lens stuff from a van. But we come across this on the show a lot where it was not uncommon up until the 70s to print someone's address in the paper when talking about them. So to the 70s,
like victims of crime, like anything, they would just put your address in.
And now you just put it on Twitter or 4chan or whatever.
That's right. Now it's on 4chan. That's correct.
It's good because there's a wider reach now. Think big.
4chan's doing great. I'm super into it. Okay, well, we like to guess what year this paper could be from here. You are allotted a guess. I'm going to guess that this is going to be from, I'm going to say 1831. We haven't gone super deep lately. So I'll say
what a dumbass. Sorry, that just came out. I shouldn't have said that.
Okay, 1910.
Lisa obviously wins. Garrett, you're...
just call me Garrett? Because that would be really weird, to be quite honest with you.
Garrett, you're way off. It's 1944.
Sorry, Greg.
No, you can't. That's the one name you can't use.
Garrett? Yeah, that is the one name you can't use.
There have been times when I've been doing bits and I'm like, Greg, never mind. That character is no longer named Greg. He changes his name in the bit now. It's a nameless character. 1945. Okay. So
right.
We're in the war?
Yeah, so nothing going
1944.
on.
1944. We're in the middle of the war, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, it's going to end pretty quick, but it's Edwardsville.
Thanks to the good guys. Go ahead.
Yes, the good guys. Edwardsville, Illinois. Home of the thing.
Lynx. Best
something.
Lynx.
Somebody lives there.
Yeah, I'm sure there. I'm sure someone's excited about it.
They've probably got a Dairy Queen.
Yep.
I would bet my hand on the fact that there is a Dairy Queen there.
Your hand?
Yep.
Okay, this is a bet.
Let's go.
This is an official bet.
Pinky's weird.
What is that?
I jumped out of a window once and my pinky broke, and then I just popped it back into place out of instinct, and that was the end of the medical attention.
Oh, well, that's
when you don't have health care in America, you got to doctor your own hand at times.
It's so fun. Yesterday, I paid $1,000 worth of just bills, even though I have health insurance.
It's great.
Yeah. It's really part of the how great the system is here in America. Okay.
All right.
And go. Army studying most commonplace men are wounded in war. What do you think? What are you thinking, Gareth?
Someone funded this study? I could have anecdotally on the street answered this.
What would you say anecdotally on the street?
Most men in the army, the men in the army get injured in war. That's what I would have said.
To ascertain you'd hope so. I mean, not hope so. That's the wrong word.
Okay, dude. Right. It's on record. It's on record. We all heard it.
Dave's gonna change his Twitter to quiet part out loud.
Although it would be funny if like they're getting injured even more at home somehow, like their wives are just beating the living shit out of them,
or just,
and they're like, "Please send me overseas."
God, send me to the front.
This might have been surprising because I eventually Gomer Pyle comes on the air, and that's essentially about a man who's not fit for the armed services, and maybe that was how we picture the Army. Go ahead, everybody else.
Is that what that show? I've never seen it. Is that what that show's about?
Gomer Pyle used to be on at like 3 a.m. And when I was in high school and had trouble sleeping, I would watch Gomer Pyle. And it essentially was about a sergeant who was like, Jesus, I'm going to kill them. It was like the Gilligan and the Skipper in the armed forces.
I'm sorry. I'm totally distracted by a teenage boy who couldn't sleep. What in the fuck is wrong with you? Teenage boys sleep like 12 hours a day. They're like bears.
That's why I became I discovered Anderson Cooper because he used to do the news at like 4 a.m. and I'd be like, I like this guy, and I stand by that still. He's still.
So you're sleeping what, 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. or what?
Yeah, right.
It would be actually some version of like 5 a.m. to like 7 a.m. a lot of time. I should point out that I was snorting a lot of Ritalin.
Sure.
That was not mine.
I have to assume 2 hours of sleep a night. You did not graduate high school.
Well, have you heard of the word barely? He's a barely
on a technicality.
A barely grad. Okay, to ascertain the body areas most likely to be hit under various battle conditions, the Army is planning an extensive study of the character of war wounds among the dead as well as the living casualties. So where on the body? I'm going to say, it's going to take a wild guess, head.
Yeah.
I'm going to say chest. There's the biggest area, surface area there.
Yeah.
There's not. This isn't. Okay. Objectives include possible provision of body armor for the most vulnerable spots, better treatment of wounds, and new knowledge about the relative efficiency of various weapons. Okay. So the last one is what this is actually all about. It's about the relative efficiency of weapons they're not doing.
Yeah, it's not about protecting soldiers. No. Let's get real.
Well, I mean, I think when you watch it play out, you see that that's where the Army's thoughts have always gone. How do we save lives versus use drugs?
The bulletin of the Army's medical department today urged medical officers to furnish as much data as possible on the location of wounds, types of missile involved, and terrain and weather conditions when the wound was made.
That seems like a whole lot of research for the terrain and the weather conditions. I don't know.
Great.
Yeah, no,
great.
you come in
and me misting like, a little bit.
Yeah,
men get shot in snow.
Yeah, on a sunny day, everyone takes a day off. They take
nobody fire. Let's enjoy it.
Underlying the importance of obtaining data on wounds among the dead, the bulletin said, quote, as the dead were not examined, it is believed that wounds of other parts, abdomen, head, and thorax, fatal to a greater degree, were more frequent than appears in the records. So it's what we said at the start. It's the head, abdomen. It's the middle parts.
The bleeders.
Yeah.
Also, I credit to them for admitting that soldiers have died. Now we're just like, no.
True.
We're winning. We're winning everything. Oh, you heard that somebody was killed? No. Yeah. Not a United States.
No pictures.
Serviceman.
Yeah. Also, for Army wounds to be on a bulletin, it's a bit of.
Go ahead.
That's the end of it. Bullets in.
Oh, no.
Ahead.
All right. We should
Lisa,
probably log
Lisa.
off.
No, nobody's leaving. Everyone is staying here.
Lisa,
this is a sleep-in.
Lisa, you're getting a small taste of the pain that I experienced.
Enjoy
it. No one's enjoying it.
Well, what do you call it? What did they used to call it? A bayonet in?
Oh, boy.
A musket in? Breaking, we've got a musket in. See, and if you keep going, it helps.
It's like, this is the mind that stayed awake at 3 a.m. when he was 15. It's not good.
Thank you, Dave.
This is a taste of what Gareth has to offer on like a USO tour.
Give me that chapter. I will carry a putter. I will carry a putter.
Have you ever done a USO tour?
No, but I would go as Bob No Hope.
I did like a one-off, a different company, but I did one once. Yeah. I loved it. It was fun.
Yeah.
So I did a few. I did a couple, and I did a military base once where I did fine, but I was with two other comics, and one guy was my buddy. And when you bomb in front of a military audience, no,
Lisa, we're back.
Oh boy! Oh no!
They start making bombing noises.
No.
So instead of being quiet, you just start to hear this. And the whole audience started doing it. He almost started crying.
Oh, it's like Army Apollo.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Yes.
It was such a nightmare.
Imagine going through anything worse in that
area. Yeah, that's...
I performed at an Air Force base in Jordan that was hit earlier this year. The one that was, I can't remember who.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That hit the tower. Yeah.
Wow. Well, Drew Carey.
A lot of people.
I was there
connecting those two.
I was there in 2019. Just barely missed it.
Oh man, yeah, close.
Got out there.
Drew Carey asked me to go to Fallujah, and it was right after the whole Fallujah battle had happened, and I was like, no, I don't think so.
See, I'd go anywhere.
They should draft comics. There should be a comic draft to go perform in dangerous USO areas.
Graham Elwood did a documentary about doing stand-up in Afghanistan. It's pretty crazy.
Afghanagram.
No. Loss in animals highest in years.
Oh, God. Whoa. As a dog shakes.
Yeah, dogs killed. Dogs killed 231 animals and turkeys in 1943.
Dogs did?
Whoa.
It's just talking about. I think it's just talking about this area.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's talking about the country. 231 animals and turkeys were killed last year by vicious dogs, according to a report at the Office of County Treasurer Thomas Henry. Where
treasurer?
Well,
wait, okay, turkey deaths.
Where are people keeping their turkeys that they're just subject to
kennels,
wild dogs? Yeah, they're keeping them in an animal shelter.
It's like
this didn't go right.
Dog park.
Oh, good Lord. We should have seen this coming.
It's like I can't have my turkey roaming around no more.
Oh, no.
Checks will be turned over to supervisors for delivery to claimants. Oh, right. Sorry. I forgot to finish the sentence. Where vouchers have been prepared for claimants. So the county you turn in a voucher if your animal got killed by a dog, and the county will pay for it.
So
imagine the county paying for anything now. That's mind blowing. You get a voucher if your animal dies.
There was a turkey budget, and now you're like, my kid needs insulin, and they're like, it's tough.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a new kid, I guess.
It's tough.
Yeah. Have you heard of the gig economy?
Yeah. That's why God gave you so much cum.
Yeah.
There were 73 claims for a total of $3,089 this year, and the greatest for any of the past 6 years.
Wow.
The loss of animals occurs during the greatest meat shortage this country has ever experienced.
Oh.
I'm trying to find the connection. It's weird.
Between the meat shortage and the...
Yeah, it's like the dogs are like, we're feeling it too.
Well, there would be a meat shortage because of the war, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're asking people to eat,
Yeah, we're sending all of our meat to the boys overseas.
Yeah.
So they can grow up strong.
I lived on my cousin's homestead for a little while during lockdown, and I had my German Shepherd there, and one of my cousin's chickens got loose, and my dog just grabbed it and ran around with it for a while and set it back down.
Really?
That chicken was like, I am never leaving the fucking coop again. Yeah, just grabbed it. Her tail's wagging. She was happy. She didn't like jerk it around or anything.
Wow.
That sounds more like the Instagram videos that I see.
Yes, as opposed to like when a dog gets a fake chicken, it's like, kill that.
Yeah.
The animals were killed or seriously injured in 13 different townships, beginning in 1938, with 62 claims and losses of $2,565. There were considerable declines for the following 4 years. I don't need to read every year, but it goes all the way down to...
Well, it'd be boring, but you could.
1,641 in 1942. Animals lost last year were 112 sheep, 2 goats, 6 calves.
2 goats is not even worth printing.
How big are these fucking dogs, though?
I know, right? Wait.
Goats are dog size.
6 calves and heifers?
What?
5 cows.
Wow.
69 hogs and 37 turkeys.
Okay, this must be the origin story of werewolf.
Yeah.
It has to be. I don't understand.
These are hungry carnivores in dog suits.
Yes.
This is whoever committed the Black Dahlia murder was also living in this area for a while. Because what the fuck?
Yeah.
Cows.
I have a...
Cows. The dog's like, holy shit. We just took a cow down. This is awesome.
Okay, dog taxes collected in rural districts provide funds for the payments.
My new favorite ABC show.
Yeah.
I wish my dog would do my taxes.
Dog tax.
Oh, I did that.
This is horrendous.
1 year. Yeah, I was seriously audited.
Yeah, it's called an audit.
Yeah,
I am going to leave now. Now I am going to leave after audit. I do apologize. Lisa, great to see you. Bye, Dave.
The maximum payments are horses or mules, $50, cows, $75, hogs, $25, sheep, $15, turkeys, $3, and goats, $15. Okay, this is what's going on. They have a, you could submit a form and say, my animal was killed by dogs. There's a meat shortage. People are killing their animals and then saying, hey, a dog did it. They're eating their animals and blaming it on dogs.
Because you got to prove that you have the body to some extent. If you're the county, so yeah, you would have to kill it. You would just, there would just be a guy just like eating a cow's neck and being like, does that look dog?
Yeah, they would just have to tear the side of it out. Yeah.
Yeah, just bite it. Yeah. This is crazy.
It's one way to get protein, I guess. That's it.
I
feel like that's the next step in the Joe Rogan universe. Just to fucking
the next Liver King guy.
Yeah.
We have become fairly obsessed with Liver King. You know him, right?
I just learned of him yesterday, so I don't thoroughly know.
I just recently learned about him. It's really something.
The story is remarkable because the whole thing was he only ate liver. And that's how he got so jacked. And then it was revealed that wasn't true. He was taking steroids.
Yeah.
And now he's still thriving and doing endorsements. And you're like, but his name shouldn't be Liver King.
Yeah. People love a snake oil salesman. I don't understand it.
Yeah,
the 3 of us are fools because we could be making a fucking fortune.
Truly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're honest.
Idiots.
I've stolen them. Go ahead.
Has 10,000 extra garters.
Who is this man? It's a man.
It's a woman. America's armed forces will be glad to hear that Marlene Dietrich, film actress, left Hollywood today on her camp tour equipped with 10,000 extra garters.
Wow.
Oh, to hand out to the troops?
That is...
Yeah.
Isn't the appeal of them is that they were attached to a thigh at some point? I feel like if they're fresh out of the box.
Yep.
I'll take a stab at what I don't want to say.
The exciting thing is taking them off of the thigh.
Yes, but these men are so starved for anything that they will be doing what I would only call garter jacking.
Good night, everybody.
I'm sorry. It's true. It's true. In the barracks together, one of them like, oh, man.
Men love to jerk off together. I don't understand it.
No, they don't. You know what? I don't think I never jerked off with other guys.
Many have.
I've heard of this.
I've heard of guys jerking, like sitting around watching porn and jerking off together. But then it's like, well, you guys kind of want to go ahead and touch it. Like,
but when I was a kid, like when I was snorting Ritalin, not sleeping, you could order porn, you could order Spice, and it was like a 6-hour block, and we would sit around and just be like, ugh. But no penises came out, but every guy there was like, Jesus Christ. It is like a torturous experiment.
You're just edging at 14 years old.
That was, yes.
I mean, and your penis at 14, you're like, could not be more ready for action. So we're all just sitting there like,
yeah. No, when you're that age, you can really just get a hard on by looking at 2 oranges. Like, it's crazy.
You are fighting a daily battle to not get a hard on at school.
Endless.
Please stop. It's relentless.
Yeah, it's relentless. Especially the poor kids now. The girls dress so hot compared to when I was at school. They reveal a lot these days. Maybe? So that comes from my son. He's like, Dad, they're so hot. They dress so hot. And
teenage girls now look like grown women. That's not an invitation, Chris D'Elia, if you're listening. I'm
sorry, we do not. That man is friend of show. We should say friend of show, Chris D'Elia.
Sponsor
Chris D'Elia. We actually sponsor his pageants every year.
Yeah.
Have you seen the guy who he does YouTube videos and he like breaks down comedians acting like he just doesn't acting like they're great, and it's almost like a scientific breakdown of jokes?
The best.
He goes through Chris D'Elia's, and it is so fucking funny. He just destroys him. He oh my God.
Oh, good. Okay.
He's like, see, right here, he's repeating it so that people know that he's making a joke, which is very effective. You can tell he's a seasoned comedian because he said it 4 to 5 times to get people laughing, and he's laughing, which is helpful.
Yes, it's so good. Chris D'Elia. The reason, if you're wondering why we're making fun of him, is because he has sex with children. So
and makes women get his initials tattooed, but he's a friend of show, Chris D'Elia.
I always say before we knew what he was doing, we saw him at an airport in Adelaide, and we're both like normally you see a comic and just you barely know or you've seen, you'd be like, hey man, what's good? Because you're in another country, and we both just went, nah.
We crossed him a few times, and we'd see him in lounges, and we would just be like, ugh.
Don't need to.
I also don't understand the appeal. A friend of mine used to work at the Comedy Store, and she said he would have so many women come in that they had to consciously place them in different parts of the showroom so that they weren't seated next to each other. He is one of the ugliest men in the county of Los Angeles. Yeah. I don't understand.
We want to have him back, so we gotta, and I do say back.
Yeah, I never got it.
I don't know when he came on the show, the paper was from 1945, I think, and he did say not young enough. Weird way to say it, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. So they're going to get 10,000 garters. I don't know how that came around to Chris D'Elia. The items will be tossed to soldier audiences as souvenirs of her visits. Many are adorned with rhinestones and other costume jewelry. So the jerking off's actually going to be hard.
But it'll be cute.
Can I get one without the rubies? Some of them are garter jacking before they hit their hands, which is strange.
Hey, Sarge, why do these got penis cutters on them?
That's to encourage you. Stop jacking off with these.
They're just the hard side of Velcro on the inside.
This one's teeth. Jesus Christ, I walked into the shower barracks the other day and they're penises. It's unbelievable. Ow! We can't fight. Why'd you put all these emeralds on the garters if you knew we were going to be whacking with them? Pile!
It's upsetting. From Where I Sit by Joe Marsh. So this seems like a column sort of thing.
Cool.
There's a little illustration of Joe, and he's in his suit, but he's smoking a pipe and looking at the camera, or The drawer? He's staring at the drawer. He's staring at the drawer.
Yes, the artist has made the art stare at him. He's looking into the camera. All right, can we do one more where you're just looking right at me? I'm your drawing. I understand. It'd be nice to have someone in the house every now and then. Just look at me.
Lem Martin's dog went on a rampage last week, killed 4 of Ed Carey's best hens. What is going on? This town.
This is just a gossip column now. How small is this town?
I think Lisa's onto something with the werewolf. This is really becoming a bit. They're like, these dogs.
Naturally, Ed was pretty mad. He went around vowing he was going to get his shotgun and blow the blazes out of Lem's dog when he saw it.
No.
Yeah.
This is
like
how
John
small
McAfee.
town. Yeah, this is small town justice. This is how we do it.
Dave,
It's small town
you said
justice.
like you're echoing our response.
You shoot the guy, not the dog.
Yeah,
you shoot both.
And eat the man. This is the perfect time to be eating man. Support the troops. Eat a man.
And Lem says, quote, let him try it, and I'll blow the blazes out of him. Ought to keep his chickens locked up anyhow.
Yeah,
okay, so here's a
chickens?
problem.
Yeah.
Here's a problem with the town, is that no one has fenced in their dogs or cooped up their chickens. Everything just seems to be running free. It might be why there's so many animals getting killed.
As usual, Dave, pro-incarceration.
This is the idyllic America we're trying to get back to. No fences, animals
really is like,
running amok.
In my head, I'm like, that's what it should be. But then it's like, well, the dogs killed every other animal. Like, wait, what? But, oh no.
And Ed and Lem are really mighty sensible fellows. And the whole thing was settled when Lem invited Ed over for a glass of beer, and they sat around chatting over the quarrel as if it were a kind of joke. Shucks.
Okay.
Shucks. What?
All's well that ends well, I guess.
I sort of get why we were like, we are the best country in this era. Like it makes more sense to me. That, like, we're letting dogs roam free. They're killing animals. People think we're kicking Hitler's ass. And then you got a problem. You're like, how about a mug of beer?
That's right.
That really should be.
That was it. Yeah.
Is it possible for 2 men to fight over a mug of beer? No.
just get drunk and it'll work itself out was kind of our philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
Shucks, says Ed, them hens didn't amount to much anyhow. And Lem says, just the same, I'm bringing you a barrel of apples to pay for them.
Well, see.
Listen, this is the kind of news I want to be reading.
Yes. This is in the paper.
Someone was out on the beat. They're going door to door for stories. And Lem's like, have I got a story for you?
Oh, Lem just like, finally, I found my winner.
From where I sit, it would be a lot better.
By the way, this has to end every column, as we know, in the editorial.
Yeah, that's right.
From where I sit.
From where I sit, it would be a lot better for the world if folks would settle their arguments peace-like, sitting around over a friendly glass of beer instead of going off half-cocked and making mountains out of molehills. Signed, Joe Marsh. And it's signed. You can see his signature.
All right.
Well, it's incredibly stupid, but it's also sweet in a way.
Yeah.
He's just like, from where I sit, men shouldn't be killing other men over hens.
That's right.
It's nice.
It's called making a wholesome point.
Yeah.
Now I'm still worried about what's going on in this town with the dogs.
Obviously.
It's fucking psychotic.
There's a henocide.
I thought we were done.
No, we're never done.
Good one.
That's the problem.
That was a good one. That was a good one, I just want to say. So go ahead, Dave.
Thief leaves his shoes.
There you go.
A thief took a top hat, new shoes, suitcase, $5 in cash, and a $25 war bond, and a silver service for $12 from the hove of George Kuntz. However, he left his old shoes, which were Kuntz size. Is that wholesome?
It's a hat burglar.
It's so. I mean, I get it. He stole Coots's probably newer shoes, and
yes,
they were the same size.
Isn't a story, but it is also very.
You figure in a town where they're reporting on an argument over chickens, you're bound to figure out who stole your entire fucking outfit.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. The shoes probably had like initials in it. These are monogrammed.
It's you go down to the diner and you're like, "Hey, Bill, when'd you get a top hat?"
Oh, that's really what you do. You just go find the guy who's eating pie at the counter like the Monopoly man. Like, oh, these rags. Also, what a weird theft. A top hat, an arrow where you're like, gotta take that, obviously.
Yeah.
That's important. Look at that. Holy shit.
All sang together. A detachment of Marines entertained a group of natives on Kwajalein Atoll in the Marshalls by singing "Pistol Packin' Mama."
What?
Christ, can you imagine being these poor? It's poor. I mean, just imagine after everything that's gone on, you're just like, why don't you come over and we'll just sing a song about guns? Like, no, you've done enough. Hey, look at them. They're entertained.
Well, this is where it gets better.
No.
The natives, according to a dispatch from Sergeant Gilbert Bailey of Delphi, Indiana, a Marine Corps combat correspondent, countered with Rock of Ages.
Wait, is this the same Rock of Ages we know as the ballad from the 80s?
I'm hoping.
I hope that they were like, we're gonna do a remix of this song from the 40s.
I
don't think it is.
It can't be. It can't be.
It isn't.
It would be so good if it was.
what are the other words? I feel like it was just Rock of Ages again and again.
I want to.
Yeah, right. Out. I mean, that would be the best. Or if they were, and then they did Starships, We Built This City.
Yes.
We stole this city. Guys. One Rock of Ages cleft for me. Let me hide myself in thee. Let the water and the blood from thy wounded side which flowed. Oh, good.
Totally different rock.
Be of sin, the double cure, save from the wrath and make me pure. They were like, cool. So what is the angle of this meeting?
Hey, you guys are freaking me out, and I'm a soldier.
Yeah, that sounds more like an exorcism chant.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not good.
This song is fucking insane.
Yeah. That sounds
And it's being sung in Congress this afternoon.
Yeah. Marjorie's got the uke out.
One of the natives produced a hymn book, and the rifle packing Marines and the hymnal toting natives got together on Onward Christian Soldiers. Well, we've destroyed a native people is what I'm reading here.
They were sitting there just like, Jesus. They were like, the genocide was bad. This is a United Methodist hymn. So
oh fuck. So Methodist missionaries came to this atoll and converted all the people, and now they're annoying.
Saved all the people, I believe is what you mean, Dave. Save them.
Ruined.
Save their spirits.
Okay, fair. Save their spirits and made them awful
Got
people.
Got them heaven tickets.
Well, we've taken this atoll of human beings and made them fucking annoying.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know that you're a Methodist, Lisa, and I apologize.
Pretty hardcore, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, hardcore.
It's the only way.
Yep, it's the only way to do it. 5 from Hollywood Colony are examined.
5 from Hollywood.
Uncle Sam today, Uncle Sam today put his finger on the biggest batch of Hollywood talent ever to go through an induction station. Red Skelton, Alan Ladd, Norris Abner Goff of Lum and Abner, orchestra leader Alvino Ray, and Tommy Riggs of the Tommy Riggs and Betty Lou team all passed their pre-induction physicals yesterday.
What?
Oh.
You gotta work them out?
Well, yeah, that's... So Riggs asked for Navy service while the rest decided to try their hand with the Army. Date of their induction was not learned. Ladd was discharged from the Air Force 4 months ago because of stomach ulcers. Oh, buddy, it's not for you.
I also like that they're joining a little late in the war effort. Yes?
It is 44. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is late, but at this point, they were probably getting a lot of shit, right?
Yeah,
I would imagine.
There's another strike in Hollywood, and they're like, "Well, we got to find something to do."
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's right.
Work is work.
It's going to be a while.
By the way, if anybody has noticed a ton of celebrities all of a sudden being in commercials, that's because of the strike.
Yeah.
And also stay the fuck out of our commercials.
And also society's not going to be around too much longer.
That's right. There's also that.
And also that part. Yeah.
There's also they're worried.
Skeleton, red-haired movie and radio comic, tried to join the Army several months ago, but was asked by the War Department to continue his Army camp appearances and wait for the draft.
Wow.
And wait for the draft. This is PR. So they're not fighting. So they're like, we're going to get drafted at some point. So we'll do our induction. It's like a show thing that they're ready to fight, but they're waiting for the draft.
Okay.
Right? Gareth.
Maybe? Gareth
just looks confused, but that's a standard face.
I don't know. At this point, it seems unimaginable that someone in quote unquote Hollywood would sign up for the military.
Crazy.
I mean, you can just go on TikTok and make a living.
Seriously. I mean, back then it was like, they were like, Elvis, you can't. You're too important to escaping. It's like everyone.
It would be great to just have one whole brigade of just all celebrities.
My God, that's a great show.
Ooh, that would be a good Real Housewives.
Oh, that would be so good.
Real Housewives in Iran or whatever. Wherever we're going to go next.
We're going to.
I would watch. If they went there, I would watch, finally.
That'd be so great.
Yeah.
Watching Frankie Muniz in Iran just like trying to find mines.
Holy shit, did I just see one of the hobbits get killed?
Sean Astin's dead.
It would be a wild in memoriam the following year.
The next 2 hours will be an in memoriam.
Old adage reversed. The old one about the Japanese using American steel against U.S. forces bobbed up in reverse yesterday. Officials at Lowry Field announced tiny parachutes to be used on pyrotechnic signals dropped from planes bear the once familiar label Made in Japan. The parachutes were bought by the Army when America was on better terms with Tokyo. Well, that's fun. That is fun.
It's weird to see an adage taken back.
Yeah.
Japs yell, "To hell with Babe Ruth."
Oh, boy.
Oof, oof.
You don't, this is, excuse me, Japanese, not fucking Babe Ruth.
It is so clearly propaganda. They're taking like America's favorite baseball player and being like, "Oh, the Japs hate Babe." And all that he stands for. You mean the drunk philanderer who died from a heart attack at 46? Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
What's your problem, Reynolds?
No, I'm just saying, he is America. It's like if a hot dog were a guy.
Listen, I love hot dogs, so...
That's what I'm saying, but Babe Ruth was like he was. Everyone was like, what are you talking about? You mean that 400-pound guy? They hate him. They hate us. They hate us for our freedom.
This will be news to the Babe, but Staff Sergeant Jemiah O'Leary, a Marine Corps combat correspondent, reports that Japanese, evidently eager to display their English vocabulary, charged Marine lines here shouting the strange battle cry, "To hell with Babe Ruth!"
It's effective, too. It's awesome.
It never happened, but it's great.
Never
happened, but it's,
I love
it.
There's no way.
It's funny also to think of them going after him versus like literally any politician, the president.
Right. Yeah.
It's like.
Right. They were just like.
Can you imagine somebody being like, "Fuck Jennifer Aniston," and you're like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Oh my God, The Rock sucks. We'd be like, you know what? We are going to take Putin out. That is crazy.
That's a bridge too far.
You can't do that.
The charge was scored as an error. 30 Japanese were struck out for good.
Wow.
Get it? You get it? You get it?
Oh, boy.
You got it, right?
Oh, no.
In New York, Babe Ruth said, "I hope every Jap that mentions my name gets shot, and to hell with all the Japs anyway."
Oh, my
God. Oh, they do know
Babe
who
Ruth,
he is.
the first incel.
They know who he is. Ruth received a tumultuous welcome when he toured Japan in the fall of 1934 with Connie Mack and several American League stars. 4 games at Tokyo drew 200,000 persons, and at times he was almost mobbed as Japanese fans attempted to touch him.
I can't get over Babe's quote.
I can't either.
That's an intense one.
Like
that is the ramblings of a drunk man.
He's like a decanter deep. And it just like the paper's like, that's right. That's that American spirit. War really fucks. War is so effective to the American mindset. It's shocking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we get really excited. I mean, we
get really excited.
It just feels like an amplified version of people like getting so excited for their fucking football team or their hometown. I never understand that. I will never get it. Leave your town. Go see other places. I promise you, Philly is not the best place on the planet, and I like it.
I remember when my buddy told me that the small town he lived in, that he'd never left, had the best Chinese
Philly
food
is the
on
best
Earth.
place on Earth. Yeah, on Earth.
Seriously, he was like, our city has the best Chinese food on Earth. I was like, you've never left here. China probably has better Chinese food.
If I were to guess, I would think maybe.
He's like, nah.
Maybe.
But they got all those
pilots.
Chinese people making it, so really, how good can it be?
It's a
Thank
cheat,
you.
though. They're cheating.
Two air pilots find 700 bottles of beer. Okay.
Sounds like keep quiet about it and enjoy
yourself. I was
yourselves.
just going to say, if it was me, it would not be a story.
What?
No one would know.
Stolen beer, not reported. Pilot puts on 40 pounds of ale girth.
First Lieutenant William Mackey, Tampa, Florida, and Second Lieutenant John Blankenship of, can't read that, have a paying hobby. They have built a diving helmet from materials lying around the fighter command base and have acquired enough footage of rubber hose to allow them to explore the depths of nearby harbors. Recently, the boys came up with a cache of 700 bottles of beer, and they have been keeping the barracks stocked with canned fruits, juices, and other tasties.
This is just insane. This is insane. They made a Jacques Cousteau diving helmet.
That's right.
And they just have like turned it into a fat camp reserve.
They've made an invention to walk the bottom of the sea, and instead of like exploring, they're getting food and beer.
They're like beer. Look at
it's
all
like
this fruit.
Like they're like, hey, let's use this to have like a 7-Eleven situation.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna open a bodega.
Yeah. You imagine finding 700 bottles of beer on the ocean floor?
Also, that sounds kind of like that, what was that thing, that contraption that all those billionaires put themselves into and then exploded themselves? It's like...
You mean Heroes?
You're making... Yeah, exactly. You're making a makeshift diving helmet and you just have a hose that's connecting you. That seems
and yet it worked
like
better.
things could go wrong.
Yeah. Getting into a vessel and the guy has a PlayStation controller still going ahead? Can you fucking imagine? That's where I would be like, wait, how do you steer? You'd be like, it's crazy. It's problematic.
I just remember
right before it imploded, he was like, RLB.
Yeah.
That's supposed to reset it. You're like, motherfucker, this
is... the screen is just Donkey Kong, and he's like, see, no, but we're the ape. The vehicle is...
If I was in there, that guy would have died before. I would have murdered him before the whole thing went out. They would have been like, I'd have been like, I will die under here. I'm going to kill him first.
I got
to beat him with a PlayStation controller.
That's because you thought he should have an Xbox 360 controller, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I was arguing with my mom over this because she was like, well, I do think it's good for people to innovate and who knows what invention this could lead to. I'm like, but we already have the thing, the next version of it that actually works and doesn't explode people.
Yeah.
These people are going fucking backward. It doesn't.
We need them to keep going. We should be completely encouraged for billionaires to do that. Try to land on the sun.
But make the vehicles bigger.
Do it, rich man.
If only.
If only, yeah. How do they do it? Cargo nets sometimes break, crates slip off barges. The boys have their own private information service. We've been hoping to find a Jeep, the pilot said, but no one is obliging enough to let one slip overboard.
What a weird dream for the ocean, and yet so possible.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for a Jeep.
Hoping for a Jeep. Robbers rub it in. Officials of a steel company here are regretting their neglect in fixing a window, which was broken about 2 months ago when thieves entered the office. The robbers failed to obtain any money on the first trip, but they returned to the office again one night recently after taking $132 from the... Or it might be... Yeah, I think it's $132. From the filing cabinet, they left a typewritten note saying, "We broke the window some time ago. Thanks for the trip back."
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah, you got to rub it.
I love the note.
America was just you could just get free shit easier back then.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting top hats, sea beer.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Sea beer. Yeah.
This is great. And just leaving a cute little note.
Oh, that's the best. Just be like, "Hey, dumb fuck."
Stupid.
Hey,
and then
stupid.
later they resolved it over a beer.
Yeah. They're like, "We're sorry."
All was forgiven. Yeah.
That's our bad.
Here's some
Want to sing Rock of Ages?
No, I'll cry again.
Come on.
It makes me sad.
No, it shouldn't. There's great lyrics in it.
It makes me feel weird.
Like nothing in my hand I bring, simply to the cross I cling. Naked come to thee for dress. Helpless, look at thee for grace.
That's
foul, I to the fountain fly. Wash me, Savior, or I die.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, Rock of Ages.
Coast doctor happy he's a horse trader. If you're worried, bored, or just tired of it all, Dr. Robert Gorham, Monrovia physician, has a cure, and it doesn't come in pill form. Dr. Gorham recommends the good old custom of horse trading.
Huh?
Good. That's a good doctor. My doctor does that a lot.
Yep.
Recommends horse trading? Oh.
Yeah. He's like, you tried trading a horse? Pills? No.
The sad thing is American medicine or our medical system hasn't really improved past that.
No, not at all.
I'm going to write you a prescription for cockfighting. You ever tried getting a dog into the Westminster Dog Show? I need an ACL surgery. You thought about getting an aquarium?
The doctor started swapping when he was a young man working in Long Beach, California, a boat building shop. A relative gave him an old rowboat, and he traded it for another, and another. And after 3 years, had himself a 34-foot yacht that brought him $1,500.
Just a better time.
This is just absolute fucking
I mean,
nonsense.
isn't that just kind of like the old-timey version of flipping houses?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of.
Yep. It's true. Flipping vessels.
Trading one. Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea. Let me see what I can
what
get
he's
for
saying
my Kia.
is, he's saying that the whole idea is to just go, hey, can I trade my worst boat for your better boat?
And there's some idiot on every dock like, that sounds fair.
In another series of deals, he traded a bulldog for a 5-acre chicken ranch in Arizona.
Okay, well, this is just, he's finding morons. That's really, the key is to find idiots. That guy was like, yeah, you know what? I don't need this land. I'll have a dog.
And then swapped the ranch for an airplane, which he sold for $480.
Hey, mister, I'll trade you a goldfish for your hot air balloon. Okay.
He never even saw the ranch or the plane.
What?
Once
That's
he traded
detail.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Once he traded
a plane.
Once he traded a bass clarinet for an iguana, a huge lizard native of the Galapagos Islands.
This guy is.
What is going on?
He's now become a hero. Without question. This man now is the best. Without question. This guy's just out there like, look, trade.
Hard agree with you. Also, I need to know more about this process. Is this a door-to-door thing? I want to know, how do I get started?
Yes.
Is really
great question. Door-to-door is a dream, obviously.
Yeah, he makes this sound like
it's...
What do
you have that's stupid? I got this thing that's a little less stupid.
An iguana and a bass clarinet don't even make... See, you can't play the iguana.
Mulling that trade, you're like, bass clarinet, huh? It's pretty good. I can play that. Well, I do love my iguana. All right, let's do it. And he's like, fucking A.
Now I'm trying to play this iguana, and every time I blow in its face, no noise.
Hey, I'll give you a banjo for your spine. Sounds pretty good. You give me all your teeth, you get my fingernails. I don't hate it.
It's something to do. This is the level of boredom.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Imagine if a guy came to your door and was like, look, I'll give you these shoes for 2 pillows. You're like, wow, that's pretty good. First of all, who are you? Second of all, I like it.
I mean,
Can
I feel
trade
like if you went door to door
for a dog?
If you took a kid and said it was a scavenger hunt, now I'm really thinking this through.
Go.
I'm going to try to borrow someone's child, maybe, and just go to door and say, well, we're doing a scavenger hunt sort of thing. It's for a sleepover.
I think you'll find more luck trying to trade to get the kid versus drop. Because I know if someone came to the door with a kid, I'd be like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But if someone was like, I'll take your kid, and
no, the kid is cover for why I, an adult, am going.
Okay, great. But don't be afraid to swap the kid out if someone's like, now that I think about it, you'll be at Delia's. He's like, I like it.
I'm like, she's only 10.
Friend of show Chris D'Elia, but he'd be like, that's fine. I groom early. Friend of show. Chris D'Elia, friend of show. Excited to have him back.
He's over on Roblox DMing. Low spot in his trading was the time he traded for a herd of 42 Shetland ponies and had to give them away when the bottom dropped out of the Shetland pony market.
That is truly, the craziest. I'm not kidding. Top 5 craziest things you've said on this podcast. The Shetland pony market. I didn't recognize it was a bubble.
The bottom dropped out. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Of Shetland ponies.
And besides all these, he almost completely furnished his home with swaps.
Wow.
Wow.
The house that he probably swapped too.
God, this guy is.
You get my wife, I'll take your house. I like it.
Wow. That
this is brilliant.
Well,
that's a great way to end it.
Olympian Lisa Curry on Instagram.
That's me.
You have another podcast to go to. I don't want to peel the curtain back too much. It hurts. It stings. But this is the business. This is the business we're in. You've traded this one for another one. And,
go see Lisa doing stand-up. Go see Lisa doing stand-up.
Go support Lisa. Follow at Olympian Lisa Curry. Thank you as always, Lisa.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I'd say good luck on your next podcast, but we don't mean that. We
don't at all.
Shows and we declare war on them.
Yeah, we hate them.
Yeah.
You know who loves doing this show and getting out of the house? Friend of show, Chris D'Elia.
Thanks so much, guys.
Some of these days you'll miss me, honey.